Good morning, this is Mac McBride. I'm coming to you today from the Young Harris College Fitness and Recreation Center here in Young Harris, Georgia, which is at the foothills of the mountains that you've heard me talk about in the past that I'm so proud of. I'm joined today by Jennifer Puryear. She's a fitness instructor and physical coach here at Young Harris College, and I'll ask Jennifer, in her career when she's dealing with seniors, what do you do to help us geriatrics get back in shape, if you will?
Basically what I do with a lot of the seniors is try and do the orientation through the weight room. A lot of times a lot of seniors have limitations they put on themselves, as well as medically been put on themselves, that they don't know exactly what they need to do in the weight room. So usually I initially start off by giving a good orientation in the weight room, finding out what the body can and cannot do. And each senior is going to be different based on their goals, but the chief thing you're looking for is more range of motion.
Now, how did you learn to do that?
I learned through Kennesaw State University. They actually had a program where you worked with the senior citizens, and you had different people of all different populations, from Alzheimer's to those in assisted living to just seniors that were living in the community. So we got to work with all the different types of seniors, and you actually did a full study on them for a full semester to figure out how they integrated with the society and how things we worked with in the classroom and in the gym equated to their daily activities.
What would you recommend that we can do to acquaint people with this facility? Tell them a little bit about the facility and what you offer here, and then what we can do to help other people like me get fit again.
Okay, this facility is brand new. It's approximately about 15 months old, and it's got all the state-of-the-art equipment from Life Fitness elliptical trainers, Life Fitness TVs and treadmills, and Life Fitness bicycles, as well as free weights and machines. The benefit of this facility is no matter what the weather, we do have an indoor walking track, which is 1/10 of a mile long. So the best thing you can do is to, once people get in here, just let them tour the facility, see what they have to offer, and usually setting up an appointment with myself or one of the other trainers where you can go ahead and orientate them to what the equipment can do for them. But the biggest thing is you want to find out any medical limitation they have, such as yourself with the bicep issues, the chest issues. You want to see what their physical limitations are so you know which areas to touch on, because there's really not anything off limits that a person can do as long as you modify it based on their abilities.
Okay, and I noticed when we worked out on Monday that you kept real close tabs on me. You were right there throughout the whole thing, knowing that I've had the torn biceps and the quadruple bypass. When I was doing whatever type of movement I was doing, you were assisting to see what I could handle. Is that right?
Correct. I want to make sure I'm right there so we can dictate what your range of motion is. Each person's going to have their own limitations, and I tried to use the knowledge I had previous on what your limitations were to see yourself exercising through the areas. And that's why I was always asking you while you're doing it, how's it feeling? Do you feel anything pulling? And I want you to differentiate between pain and just the muscle burning sensation.
Okay, and is this facility available to everyone?
Yes, this is open to the public. It does have a little bit restricted hours through the time the students are here. So it's Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. and anytime we're open on Saturday and Sunday, barring that there's not a basketball game in the facility. And when the students are gone for the holidays, then it's open full time for anybody in the community from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends.
Okay, and is it a relatively price that everyone can afford?
Pretty much. We have it on a tier schedule based on if you are a faculty member, it's one rate. If you are an alumni, it's a different rate, and then if you're regular community. So you basically get $5 to $10 discount depending on whether you're faculty, staff, or an alumni or a community member. For the generalized population, it's roughly about $40 a month.
That's very reasonable. Many clubs are much more than that. Do you sign a contract?
We only make you sign a 1-month contract, or you can pay by the day, and it's just a $10 guest fee per day. So you're only made to sign just a 30-day contract if you're wanting to come in here unlimited. Okay,
and when they come in, they really need someone like you to work with them to get started. I was an athlete in school, but that was 50 years ago, so I don't know what my body can do anymore other than cardio. Since I've had the torn muscle issues, I have been hesitant for the last couple of years to do this, but now that I've got my weight under control, I want to take off this last 10 pounds around my midsection. In order to do that, I've got to exercise.
Correct.
I can't do that with just cardio alone because there's different muscles involved. Correct. So I recognized that, and I came to you and I said, can you help me? And you said yes.
Yes.
And I'm very happy to be here. How long has the school been here?
The school has been here for approximately 125 years. It's been growing and growing and growing. For the last 2 years, it's become a 4-year college. So prior to that, it was just a 2-year. So it's a 4-year college. Each year we're getting more and more bachelor's degrees added to the rotation.
And you have a new director, or what are they?
Athletic director. Our president's been here for approximately 4 years, our athletic director for 2 years, and our recreation center director has been here about 15 months.
Okay, and the president of the college, she comes with some renown of her own, doesn't she?
Correct. President of the college is Kathy Cox. Excuse me. She's previously been in Georgia's political spotlight. She ran on the Democratic ticket for governor several years back. But she does come with a good political baggage and upbringing, plus she has a law degree to fall back on too. And she came straight from University of Georgia law professorship over here to Young Harris College to help lead us and grow with us.
Okay, so she's a real professional at doing this sort of thing. And how has the medical community in this area accepted your facility?
The medical community has been very receptive as far as giving us referrals and sending people in here. A lot of times in Hiawassee you just have the little rec center, and in Blairsville you just got one little gym. So a lot of times there's nowhere to send anybody to go ahead and work out and get everything that we can have to offer in here. So the medical community has found out about us and has allowed us to be a referral source for them. And the biggest spotlight has been our indoor walking track. So no matter what the weather, because definitely as you age you want to keep your physical activity up. You may not be powerlifting like you did when you were 18 years old, but as long as you're keeping your physical activity up, the walking track is going to be good to help with the cardiovascular, which helps the heart, which is the strongest muscle in the whole entire body.
Okay, and then based on what the doctors recommend, you do some rehabilitative work, is that right?
Correct. I've seen several people that have been recovering from strokes, recovering from knee replacement as well as hip replacement. Some people that have had self-diagnosed issues that they've never gone to the doctor for. We just try and figure out what their limitations are. And I've also had several people that have been diagnosed with dementia, because one of the best things you can do for anybody that's got dementia is to exercise, to help flow the blood throughout the body so that it doesn't sit on all their brain cells and allow the cajoled protein to sit on it. So you're wanting to exercise, keep everything going, keep the mind active, keep the body active, so that you can help stave off all those diseases that come on later in life.
That's great. Well, it sounds like you've got most of the bases covered here. Do you do nutrition training as well?
We do a little bit of nutrition training. I myself do. I'm certified through the American Council on Exercise, and I've also taken several of their nutrition courses. Plus, I have a bachelor's degree in exercise science from Kennesaw State University, and we had a strong nutrition background there. So I do it on a case-by-case, individual basis.
That's great. Well, Jennifer, if you have no objection, I'd like to list your contact information with the video, and then the link that I'll do from the blog that I have, that's levittmcbride.com. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
It's going to be a pleasure working with you.
Thank you, sir.